Here again, back on the Gravedigger Report, have a great guest by the name of Jerrish Halsey, wide receiver from Delaware State. One of those wide receivers that know how to catch the ball underneath the middle and over the top for a touchdown. Let's go ahead and add him to the show. Mr. Halsey, what's going on, my man? How's everything going, champ?
I'm doing good. How you doing yourself?
Man, I can't complain, man. We're here on the Gravedigger Report, man. So first of all, man, before we go to get started, man, I want to congratulate you, man, on being invited to the HBCU Legacy Bowl in New Orleans, my man. And also being invited to the HBCU Combine, man. You definitely deserve it. But for the listener, viewers, and followers, man, I know they want to know a little bit about you because you are a journeyman, as far as playing at Delaware State. That's not where you actually signed coming out of high school. You went to another college, man. But I'm going to let you go ahead and tell your story, my man.
Yeah, well, my name is Jerrish Halsey. Like you said, I'm from Rahway, New Jersey. And out of high school, I went to a college. It's right 5 minutes down the road called Wesley College. It was a Division III in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. I played there for 3 years. The first 2 years, I kind of was rotating every possession. And then the third year, I was a leading receiver on the team, and I was all conference. But the school shut down, so the next year, I walked on to Delaware State University, and I was able to earn a scholarship after my first year. And then this past following season, my senior season, I was top three in the MEAC. I was top five in the MEAC in all categories, and I was all conference. And I got invited to the HBCU Pigskin Bowl in Alabama, and I played pretty well. Had a couple catches for about 70 yards, and I just kept working hard, and just grinding every day, hoping for an opportunity. And while I was grinding, I was blessed with the opportunity to be invited to the Legacy Bowl and the Combine, and I just been working hard, just hoping to make an impact. And every opportunity I got, just take full advantage of it.
I know that's right, man. So you're one of those wide receivers, man. I know that you play on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that, going to the NFL for the 2023 draft, I know that you can play slot as well, too. What position, as far as the wide receiver, do you feel would fit comfortable for you as far as for NFL teams?
Well, I played outside most of my years, but I feel I
Right.
would be more comfortable inside because I love being in space. I do got a quick twitch, and I do get in and out of my brace well. I can get over the top of the defense, and I have a high football IQ, so I know if I get over linebackers, I know where the safeties are. I know how to read a defense. I could do that from the outside as well, but from
Yeah.
the inside with linebackers on me, I feel like I would flourish more. But I played outside, so really either or. But
Yeah, I definitely understand. So from what I heard, the 40 time is between, 4-4, 4-5. So I know definitely you can get over the top of wide receivers, definitely, over the top with free safeties, and once you catch that ball, you're headed directly into the end zone. So being invited to the HBCU Legacy Bowl and also being invited to the HBCU Combine that's going to take place down in New Orleans, how did you foresee that realistically? Far as starting off and your freshman year at Wesley
yeah,
College, then going to Delaware State, and as a walk on, and
hmm
then had this much success. Because that's a true journeyman, and that's also a success story. How does that feel overall starting off, and then you end up like now to where hell, next week you're going to be working out in front of scouts and
hmm
be talking to them and flying out, to dinners and things like that.
yeah, yeah. So it feels great, but so after Wesley closed down, it was devastating. Like it's not like I just was like, oh, I'm about to go D1. I'm about to make everything happen. It was hard because I didn't have that much film coming out of Wesley. I knew I had the talent and ability, and I
Mhm.
showed it in practice, but it's just so when I was on the way to Del State, I knew that Deion Sanders was having a HBCU combine, and I knew he was trying to get that in place. So when I figured out that that's what I wanted to do, uh, I reached out. It was the summer of 2020. I reached out to one of my guys. His name is Jakari Carter. He's a Merrimack transfer.
Right.
Um, he goes to Georgia State and Atlanta. So I reached out to him in prolific performance, and I just trained. I just trained. I trained. I trained. I did everything I could to so that when I got to DSU, I would be able to make an impact. And I worked hard all year. I was the third leading receiver behind two guys, Trey Gross and Kali. Those are two great guys that played for Del State. And then
Right.
after that year, I worked hard all spring. I got back with prolific performance in the summer, and I just prided myself to be the best receiver in the MEAC. And so that's what I did. I just worked hard every day in practice. I didn't take any days off. And I would always tell my friends that I was going to the HBCU combine. I already told myself that's what I was going to do. So I just kept working at it, kept working at it, kept working at it. And I'm not saying it was for sure, but I told myself that if I work hard every single day, there's no way that I could be denied. So that's what I did. And I got invited to the Pigskin Bowl. And when I was there were scouts there, and I didn't get many looks. So that was very discouraging, being the guy my size and being that I
Right.
already played my last year. So, and I didn't get invited to the Legacy Bowl or the Combine yet. So the only glimpse I had of my dream when being in front of scouts, it didn't go my way, and it was disheartening. So, and I was at a point to where I was gonna just focus on being an adult and being able to provide for myself, as opposed to putting all my eggs on basketball, football. But
Right.
I just tapped into the love I have for the game and my ability, and I reached out to a couple trainers. Who's my trainer now? Out train performance, and my guy Mike. So he's been getting me right. We've been training. I've been seeing the change in my body. I've been getting faster, and I was doing all that with no guarantee of a pro day or combine invite. So
Right.
just working hard and keeping my head down. I checked my email one day, and I got invited, and it was like it felt like part of a dream come true. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I told myself 2 years ago that I would be in the combine. I told all my friends, and now I'm here. It just feels great, but the success just makes me want to work hard so I can see more success as opposed to just being stuck right here. So it's like empowering and humbling feeling at the same time.
Yeah, you definitely have to do that now. With you being a wide receiver going into the 2023 draft, the NFL 2023 draft, where do you see yourself at, as far as, just turning pro, because these are the
Uh,
questions that these are the questions that we're asking ourselves,
mhm,
based on this platform that you actually have been invited to, because being at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, playing on the NFL network in front of thousands of fans, or these are the best HBCU athletes, in the nation, along
mhm.
with, going to the HBCU combine. So believe it or not, Jerrish, that scouts want to see you, my man.
Yeah.
And it's all about, what we think, and what we have right here. Then we
Mhm.
have that ability, and then we
Yeah.
showcase that based on our work ethic.
Mhm.
So how do you feel about that just as of right now? Because you're halfway there, man, and we're talking about perhaps, you keep working out, your name could be called, on that draft day, or
Mhm.
perhaps, your name could be called, thereafter, and definitely, for invites.
Yeah. So it feels good. So like I was watching the pivot the other day, and Geno Smith was on there, and he was talking about how so his years before he got to Seattle, he was getting his like life after football plan together, and then he reached out to one of his old coaches and asked to get on the Seahawks. But he said that what he said that I could relate to was he said he called his aunt, and he said before he got before he got signed to the Seahawks, he said he felt in his gut that he knew that his time was coming. So I don't mean to sound like a cliche, but I know that if I keep putting the work in, I'll get to where I'll get to. So like I said, it feels good because I've spoke a lot of things into existence, but it'll feel better if I could just keep putting in work, and then the more opportunities I get, the better it feel. As of right now, it feels good, but it's a feeling that I don't want to lose. So, and I know to not lose, I got to keep working hard to keep getting more success and more opportunities. So that's the main focus right now, is to just keep working hard and keep experiencing more new things.
Exactly. So I know that you're working hard every day, and I know you're working out, with your personal trainer and everything. Take me through a day to day with yourself. How does that look?
I
Waking up in the morning, you got nutrition.
yeah. So waking up, I train about an hour away. So it's kind of jam packed because I still am in my undergrad year. So I'll graduate in May to get my diploma. So I still got a couple classes to take care of. So on Mondays we work out at 7 in the morning because I have class at 10. So I gotta wake up about 5:30. I gotta eat a little something. Then I drive an hour. We'll start working out at 7. We'll do like we'll work like starts and stuff, do more field agility work, and then for about 45 minutes, and then we'll lift. And then I'll come back. I'll go to class. I'll get my class work in, and then Tuesdays we work out at 11. So I wake up about 9. I go get some food and me, hit a couple of stretches, and then we drive down there. We work out at the field from 11 to about 12:30. Then we go get something to eat. We'll go straight to the facility. Then we'll get the weight training in from about 1 to about 2:30. Then I'll
Okay.
drive back up to campus, get here around 3, and then I'll finish whatever schoolwork I have. So those usually how my days go, and I get my protein and stuff in after my workouts. I try to eat as much as I can throughout the day, but that's
Right, right.
pretty much out. And we work out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Wednesdays are rest days and Sundays are rest days. But the rest days are so far apart, it feels like there's no rest. It just feels every day.
I understand that. I understand that. So I know you're going to be taking off soon, to the HBCU Legacy Bowl and the HBCU Combine, in a few days here. What are some of the thoughts that are taking place, just in general when you take off? Because you're going to be around, purebred, athletes. And, I know when I played and I was around purebred athletes, when I was at Albany State and when I was at University of Southern Cal, it was one of those things to where it's nothing like it, to be around great competition. So what are some of your thoughts?
I'm really looking forward to it. I love flying. I love going places for free. So that's one thing I'm super looking forward to. And just also being around the best guys in HBCUs. I'm looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to the competition. Like I know I can stack up well against those guys, but I'm ready to see what it's all about. So if I want to be playing at the next level, with guys who actually are in the NFL, I want to see. I'm looking forward to see how I compete versus guys who are just as good as just as good to be in the NFL and everybody with the same opportunity to see how I stack up against them. Something I'm really looking forward to.
Well, one thing I can say, to you is that don't be surprised when you go out there and play like how you have been, to be
Mm-hmm.
on MEAC and to have 2 touchdowns, against Norfolk State. I've been watching a lot of your film. You're
Mm-hmm.
very one of those guys that has that speed to where once you catch the ball, it's your lights out. So don't be surprised when you go out there and you start playing and you start seeing that your speed and your game and all your hard work is even at a lateral level,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit higher, and
Yeah.
that's one thing that you have to give yourself a little bit grace on,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to realize you at that guy, even though you came from a D3 school, a
Yeah.
top D3 school as well, now at
Mm-hmm.
Delaware State, and now being invited to these bowl games such as this. So
Yeah.
that just speaks volume, to your athletic ability.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
yeah, definitely. Now, far as for your community, I know, when we spoke in the bathroom, you stated that you have individuals that are behind you that are definitely rooting for you, your best friends, you got
Yeah.
family back in
Mm-hmm.
hometown. Give me a little bit inspill because because I already know that they calling you, blowing up your
Yeah.
phone. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna be playing on the
But
NFL Network.
yeah. So my friends
So
back home, they're really supportive of me. I definitely got a great group of guys around me that they definitely keep me up to par. They make sure, well, even throughout the whole process, like not even just now. The same people, one of my closest friends, his name Kimon Coleman, Hadi, Keyshawn Ty. Those are my 3 road dogs, and also Patrick Hussein. I got a whole bunch, but those are just the ones that right off my head. So just
right.
throughout the whole process of coming from Wesley, coming from a D3 to a D1, and just helping me. I've been on my own for a while, but those guys, they keep me going. They always make sure I do what I need to do. They never let me fall too far behind, or whenever things seem like I'm overwhelmed and I can go talk to them and they'll straighten me out, and then I'll have the knowledge I need or whatever I need to talk about with anything. They'll be there for me. So I definitely appreciate them, and I wouldn't be here without them, no question. So I'm looking forward to getting to where I got to get to.
Exactly. So that's great having great fans and having
Mhm.
people that's able to support you. Community based. School and also
Yeah,
coaches.
yeah. My
That's
school
teammates.
definitely does. My school definitely does a lot for me. So when I go
Right.
home for the summer times while I'm working out, I'll go to my high school and I'll coach up the receivers and stuff. So my coaches and people that work at administration at Roy High School, he's one of my closest friends, but he's a colleague at Roy High School. His name is Greg Provenzano. I love him to death. He's there for me for everything. Right now, he helped me. He helped me get an agent. He'll reach out to anybody for me. He doesn't care. He loves me to death, and all he wants is my success, and I really appreciate that. Also, my high school coach, they'll look out for me. So, and when I'm done with football, I want to be a high school coach. I want to coach at Roy High School. You know, I want to make them a powerhouse so that we can get kids D1 and get kids to the league. So, and they definitely are willing to work with me and see, like, they'll work around me. They know that football is my main priority, but they said
Right.
whenever I want to come back to be a coach, they'll do what they can to help me. So I really appreciate that. And I'm just looking forward to keep inspiring and helping kids from Rawway.
Yeah, that's definitely a blessing. Now, just speed it up a little bit, to shift gears.
Yeah.
So, just for yourself, man, being that, that wide receiver, and having all the accolades that you do have as of right now, if you're interviewing with a scout, what are some of the, key attributes that, scouts, teams, franchises, even fans, even viewers as of right now, what do they need to
Yeah.
know about Jerrish Halsey?
Well, what they need to know about me is, one, I work really hard. So I want to be the best. I want to be the best everything. So I wanted to be the best receiver of all time at the SU. Even in the 2 years I've been here, I want to make an impact. So one thing about me, I'm gonna work hard. I have a great football IQ. I have a great personality. I can communicate. I can talk. I can be a leader, verbally, or if that's not what's needed, I can do what can be needed. Rather, is to lead with my play, or lead from behind, or just lead by example. uh, like I said, I got a great football IQ. I'm fast. I personally think I have one of the best hands. Anybody on my team, anybody who's ever played with me, it probably has not played with anybody who has better hands than me.
That's
But
what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
dude, I'm a big team person. Like, I love the success of my teammates, as well as, like, I would love to win, but I would love to see. I like my quarterback this year. I was all conference. I was third team all conference, and my quarterback, he's a freshman. He was our third string. He was all conference, and I love that for him. He worked really hard all year, all year, all summer. So just things like that. And last season, and this season, with me being a senior, but last season I was a junior, and I worked really hard, and I really wanted to win in MEAC because I wanted to be one of the best teams in Delaware State history. But I also wanted the seniors to do the full circle of, like, not being on the best teams to winning in MEAC. So when we did, and I was disappointed for them. So I'm a real big team guy, and I
Right.
just love the game. So, and my coach asked me if I would play for free, and I really would. I love it that much, but hopefully I don't got to, but I would.
No, hopefully, no, hopefully you don't have to, man. And
Yeah.
the stage is already set up, down in New Orleans, with the HBCU Legacy Bowl, and with Doug Williams, doing some great things with the HBCU Legacy Bowl, and also the additional HBCU Combine. You
Yeah.
know, quick question, is there any quarterbacks that you're going to look forward to working out with, or any
Uh,
individuals that are going to be at the HBCU Legacy Bowl? Because as
yeah.
of right now, and also the combine, there's some big names that's going to be coming in,
Yeah.
into this 2023 draft, especially for HBCU athletes. Is there any quarterbacks that you kind of like, hey man, I want you to throw me the ball?
Yeah, so I played in the Pigskin Bowl with two of them. His name Trip Harrington. He went to Langston. I think it's the NIA, and I played with Jakari too. He went to Virginia Union. So those two quarterbacks, actually, so Trip wasn't on my team when we played in the Pigskin Bowl. We
Right,
practiced all week, but he ended up being on the other team. So I got to practice with him. So we had some chemistry. I beat him in Madden a couple times. He may have beat
right,
me. I'm not saying that. And then with Jakari, he was my quarterback, and we had great chemistry. We didn't practice. We didn't practice together all week because he was on the wrong side the whole week. But when the game time came, feel me, we had good chemistry. I had a couple catches. So I'm definitely looking forward to being around them two guys again. They were good dudes, good leaders, and they both had great arm talent. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
yeah, definitely want to give a shout out, to the quarterback over at Langston as well, though. He's definitely an
Yeah.
athlete. And definitely want to
Uh-huh.
give a shout out to Jakari as well. Jakari was on the Gravedigger Report not too long ago. So he definitely knows about the platform, and I definitely know about his playing ability, along with the quarterback over at Langston as well, too. Those
Yeah.
two quarterbacks are definitely, one of a kind, and they'll be able to showcase their talent, on the HBCU Legacy Bowl, in New Orleans, and and showcase, their talent as well, along
Mhm.
with wide receivers such as yourself, and other wide receivers that are generally hell, fast, being able
Yeah.
to catch the ball and being able to just, get to that next level as far as, the end zone, and also, perhaps, the NFL as well too. One thing I wanted to say about you, man, you definitely have a genuine heart, and you definitely have a passion regarding the game. It seems that you are a student of the game as well too. I know that you can play multiple positions out of the wide receiver scale, and you feel comfortable playing the inside. However, playing the slot, just getting open.
Yeah.
What scheme do you think would fit best for you on the next level as far as for the NFL, that you think you can showcase next weekend at the HBCU Legacy Bowl?
You said which scheme?
Yeah, what scheme? What scheme do you think? What scheme would
Uh,
would fit you, Mr. Halsey? What scheme did to where scouts would say, hey, you know what? This is what we need. He's able to play it. He's kind of like a Adelman type of,
yeah.
built type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
5'10", 160, run a 4.4, 4.5.
Yeah.
What best fits you?
So, well, at Wesley we play like kind of a spread offense. So the spread, I really like the spread, but my new coach, his name is Brian Broussard. He
Right,
passed away this season. So, but he was one of the best football minds I ever been around in my entire life. Like, he was only the offensive coordinator for a short period of time, but I learned so much from him. Like, we had NFL schemes. He would pull up plays from NFL teams, and we would have to learn them plays and practice them. So she switched us to a West Coast offense, and I loved it.
right.
I love the West Coast. I love West Coast offense. It's like
What
because
did you like about it?
side. I love the RPOs. I love the run schemes. I love how everything hit backside. I love the blocking scheme for the receivers. It's simple. I just feel like that's the best scheme for me, like a West Coast offense. Like a kind of run balance. I would love to be in the team that could pass 100% of the time, but I do love the kind of balance that the West Coast have. I love the zone plays. Like I feel like it's more modern and up tempo as opposed to like just spread solely being 2 by 2 or just
Right.
inside zone, outside zone. I feel like you get more. I feel you get more bang for your buck in the West Coast offense. I just feel like that.
Understood. Definitely understood and noted. So one thing I wanted to say, man, is that, we're going to wish you the best of luck, on, your journey, to the NFL, because, definitely going to have scouts, raving after you, based on your speed, based on your catching ability, and also just, being an overall, athlete. I feel as if you're one of those individuals that when they do work you out in the HBC combine, they'll see a well-rounded athlete that's able to play wide receiver and also be able to be on special teams as well. So, and that's for kick return, that's for punt return, and just in general, just because of your speed. The Gravedigger Report will definitely be at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, rooting you on, and we'll definitely follow up, my man. We definitely want to say thank you for coming on to the show, and I know for listeners, viewers, and followers, and also for your hometown and individuals back at Wesley College. I know they're amazed to see, your transition from Wesley College coming to Delaware State, being a walk-on, and now being on this platform to where you're going to be flying out, working out in front of scouts, and also working out with some of the best HBCU athletes in the land. So, hats off to you, man, and kudos.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for reaching out to me and just helping me be on a bigger platform. I can't thank you enough, truly.
That's what we do here on the Gravedigger Report, man. We see the picture before the frame. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
yeah, you definitely see the picture before the frame. You take it easy, my man.
Thank you too. It was
All
great
right,
talking.
likewise. So that is another show here on the Gravedigger Report. You can follow me, Jeremiah Graves, aka the Gravedigger, on www.thegravediggerreport.com, or you can follow me on Instagram, the Gravedigger Report. Until then, be safe, take it easy, everything in moderation, including moderation.